Darlings, I honestly feel like the worst YouTuber that ever existed. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit because there are way worse people on YouTube, but I feel absolutely terrible when I miss my schedule, basically fuck it up, you know. I just hate it. But since I missed 2 of my uploads last week, I think I'm just gonna go with the Vlogmas, and I'm gonna post pretty much every day this week, since we are getting closer and closer to the holiday season, and I have so much to show you right before it, because I want you to get the best gifts for your loved ones, for yourself, you know, everything you need for the winter holiday season. I just want to show you and upload all those videos for you before Christmas comes. So yes, I think I'm just gonna post way more frequently right now, along with my boyfriend Ray, who's gonna post as he was supposed to and as he did, everything properly. So Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays will be Ray's, and this week I'm just gonna post every day, I suppose. So guys, enough rambling. I feel absolutely terrible, so apologies for my misbehavior, but today I have a very exciting video. I know you love these, and I have 3 new JULIANNA'S perfumes to show you. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. But of course, before we do that, please subscribe to my channel to help us grow, and of course follow me on Instagram, and of course follow my boyfriend, because I attend his videos very frequently. So yes, go ahead and check him out as well. And without any further ado, let's go with the new JULIANNA'S perfumes. So if you do not know JULIANNA already, they are beautifully made extrait de parfum fragrances. Every time I get my order, the packaging looks better and better. This is how it looks like, as you can see, and the name is engraved. It's actually textured, which I really love. It looks beautiful as a gift for someone. So guys, Christmas is coming, so go ahead. But most of all, I wanted to share with you my thoughts on the 3 fragrances that I received. So we have the one that you've been asking me about, like in every other comment after JULIANNA'S video last time, and this one is Oud Orange Imperial, which is actually a inspired fragrance by Fragrance du Bois Oud Orange Intense. And if you guys do not know already, this is definitely one of my favorite from Fragrance du Bois. So I have very high hopes towards this one. And as you can see, they also do upgrade the bottle very frequently. Now the plate is metal and it is engraved as well. Very beautiful. So I'm very happy that they do really, you know, put their money into the bottles each time they can. They upgrade them, so that's lovely for the consumers, which is us. So yes, that is the first one. Then I have Simply Gorgeous, which is inspired by Chanel Beige, and I actually did have Chanel Beige on my radar for a while now. And the third one is inspired by Gourmand Coquin. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, by Guerlain, which is very hard to find, and I had not had a chance to try it, unfortunately, but I've heard from many people, and I read many times, that it is a beautiful gourmand, quite chocolatey. So yes, this one is that, and we're gonna see how it smells, if I like it, if I don't. Alright, my darlings, so let's start with the most anticipated one, which is of course Oud Orange Imperial, which is a dupe for Fragrance du Bois. So I have the Fragrance du Bois sample right here, and I'm just gonna test it side by side. I actually didn't do it yet. I did test this fragrance thoroughly, as well as Fragrance du Bois one. So, you know, I know these fragrances very well, but now I just wanna compare them live, so to speak. So on this side, I'm gonna have JULIANNA'S one. And on this side, I'm gonna spray Fragrance du Bois. So the thing that I must tell you about both of these fragrances, which is actually quite unusual for Fragrance du Bois, to be honest, is that they are both very, very long lasting. So if you don't know already, Fragrance du Bois, sometimes they do not really last that well, some fragrances. So this one in particular does last. And let me smell. These are so similar. It's insane. I would even say that the JULIANNA'S one is slightly sweeter, like slightly more orangey. But guys, I feel like I'm literally smelling the exact same thing. And it really, really rarely happens to me because my nose is always unclogged, let me tell you that. And I can sniff any difference between the fragrance. And in this case, it is really hard to distinguish. And I will be completely honest with you guys. Oud Orange Imperial has definitely been on my to buy list. However, it's hella expensive. So Julianna basically came right when she was supposed to and gave me the best version ever. Yeah. So now that I keep smelling them side by side, they keep developing on the paper. Don't worry, I did wear them both on my skin. But to me, the JULIANNA'S version is actually sweeter and more orangey as it settles down. They do start very similar, almost exactly the same, quite sharp, slightly sweet, yes, but they have a lot of sharpness to them. And as they start drying down, then they mellow out and get that beautiful vanilla and the fruity notes in Fragrance du Bois and the particularly orange I smell in the JULIANNA'S one. I feel like the JULIANNA'S one is even a little bit more feminine, while the Fragrance du Bois is still quite sharp-ish. They're both beautiful, but I do definitely prefer the dry down of JULIANNA. And you know guys, I'm always 100% honest with you. And in this case, JULIANNA is just way more pleasant as it's drying down. I thought that Fragrance du Bois Oud Orange Intense would be like the ultimate great fragrance, but JULIANNA is exactly as good, if not better, to me. This particular fragrance from JULIANNA is really 11 out of 10. This is how great they made it. It is sweet, it's vanilla, it's orangey, very oriental smelling, you know, Middle Eastern to me. Like, it has that particular spice to it. Same as Oud Orange Intense. But in my opinion, JULIANNA is slightly more feminine. So your decision, this is up to you which one you're gonna get. But I think that if you do not wanna spend so much money on a fragrance, which may seem ridiculous to many people, I think JULIANNA comes in handy so well, because the quality of this fragrance is just exquisite. It lasts just as long as Fragrance du Bois. And as I said, it is to me a little bit smoother, a little bit sweeter, and I get more of that orange on my skin, which I personally prefer. So yes, I was actually looking for a fragrance like this. This is basically a deep vanilla, slightly boozy but not too much, with a beautiful fruity orange note and slightly spicy. I'm not sure if there's coconut in here or not. But you get that slight tropical touch as well. But in general, this is a very strong fragrance, both of them, Fragrance du Bois and JULIANNA. They're very strong. I don't think they're that great for hotter weather or daytime. I think this is a straight up evening scent. to me for sure. Even though, you know, I like my heavier fragrances, this is really, really strong. And it has that, you know, punch in your nose when you smell it. So I would reserve it only for the evenings out, for the parties. This is going to be perfect for date nights. But for the day-to-day wear, I think it's a bit too much and it might annoy you after a while. But in general, this is a beautiful fragrance, both of them. Still talking about both of them. However, Julianna, like, honestly, the quality is to me exactly the same, if not better. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So to me, Oud Orange Imperial has my stamp of approval and it is 10 out of 10 for me. So that is a beautiful fragrance. And if you have been hesitating between, you know, getting the original Fragrance du Bois or the inspired version by Julianna, go ahead, go with Julianna, because in my opinion, it's fantastic. It's just fantastic. Great longevity, great sillage, really strong fragrance, and the differences are really minimal and they are only detectable in the dry down. So if you're a female and if you want something even slightly sweeter, I think Julianna is going to be even better for you. So yes, Julianna's Perfume Orange, Oud Orange Imperial, great one for me. Okay, next one, we've got another beautiful bottle, and this one is called Call Me By Your Name, and this is the inspired fragrance from Guerlain Gourmand Coquin, I'm not sure, but you know which one, the one that is like the ultimate fragrance that nobody can find but only few people have, blah blah blah. So with this one, actually, I am super surprised because I haven't had a chance to smell the original, as I said, and I absolutely love this one. This is such a gorgeous, unique, chocolatey fragrance. Lovely. Lovely. This is to me a bitter cacao fragrance, you know, straight up bitter cacao. So when you think of something like Montal Chocolate Greedy, that one is sweeter, this one is drier, this one is more decadent. Very, very nice one. You get that, you know, powdery bitterness of a very, very, very dark cacao. I really love it. This one is fantastic. Again, I'm not sure how the Guerlain smells like, but straight from the Julianna's bottle, I absolutely love the fragrance. Please let me know if you do have the Guerlain. How does it compare to Julianna? Because I would love to know. Maybe I should be another person who goes on a hunt for the Guerlain Gourmand. But I don't know, I'm just can't be bothered with such things. But honestly, it is lovely. You do have to be a lover of chocolate though. This is definitely a strongly chocolatey smell. So when it comes to Julianna's version, we have chocolate and pink pepper. We also have vanilla, amber and jasmine. So we have slight floral touch in here, but I would say this is just the anchor of the fragrance. There's nothing prominently floral here. And in the dry down, we have labdanum, benzoin, brown sugar and musk. And again, to me, it is just the anchoring of the fragrance because mainly it is a dark chocolatey fragrance. But don't think, you know, Black Phantom from Kilian. No. It's not going in that direction. It's still quite sweet, quite feminine. It's not as dark. It's slightly dark, but not too dark. I would say the Call Me By Your Name from Julianna is a sweet spot between Black Phantom from Kilian and Montal's Chocolate Greedy. So if Montal Chocolate Greedy is too sweet for you, and on the other hand Kilian's Black Phantom is too dark, too masculine for you, I think this is a very much of a sweet spot. So I highly recommend this. Very, very lovely fragrance. If you like slightly powdery fragrances that have a very, very prominent chocolate note to them, I think you're gonna love it. This is a beautiful, cozy, warm, chocolatey fragrance. I feel like I'm drinking cacao when I smell it. but I have no problem smelling like that all over my body, you know? So yes, great longevity and sillage as usual when it comes to Julianna's fragrances. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Just another 10 out of 10 for me. Okay, let's say that Oud Orange Imperial, since it is so good and so similar to the original, I would say it's 11 out of 10. But this one is a close second. Unfortunately, I have nothing to compare it to. But as I said, to me, this is a sweet spot between Kilian's Dark Phantom and Montal's Chocolate Greedy. So it's somewhere in between, maybe leaning slightly more towards Montal, but still having that darkness and not being overly sweet. So I absolutely love it. 10 out of 10, as I said, you will not regret this one. If you love chocolate, you will not regret it. And there are not many great chocolate fragrances on the market, if you haven't noticed, like really. And this one is great. So yes, love this one. So the third fragrance that I want to share my thoughts on is called Simply Gorgeous, and it is inspired by Chanel's Beige, which is of course the private collection of Chanel's fragrances. So in Simply Gorgeous, we've got Frangipani, Hawthorn, I'm not sure, honey and freesia. So basically this is a beautiful powdery honeyed fragrance. I did sniff Chanel Beige a couple of times. I even had it in my basket, I think twice on Chanel's website, if not 3 times already, and something always stopped me from it, because I'll be honest, this is definitely not my kind of DNA of fragrances. Even though I really like it, I'm still not sure if I'm gonna wear it and if I'm gonna love wearing it, because it is slightly soapy in my opinion. Yes, you get that honey, yes, you get that frangipani, which gives you a nice tropical touch, but in general, I'm not sure if I see myself wearing it all the time, if you know what I mean. But here we have Julianna's version, and from what I remember, this is extremely similar to the original. Yes, it really is. It has that same, I don't want to make it sound the wrong way, but it has that same vintagey vibe as Chanel fragrances usually have. I'm not sure if you know what I mean, but there is something about Chanel's fragrances, that slight vintage touch that instantly makes you think, yes, this is a Chanel fragrance. This one has that same touch, which actually I would say chapeau bas to Julianna, because I'm not sure if it's hard to create, but it definitely screams Chanel to me. So that's fantastic. And as it starts drying down, it gets more tropical, a little bit more transparent. At the first sniff, when you just spray it, it is quite in your face, quite soapy even, just like Chanel Beige. This is exact same experience that I've had in the boutiques of Chanel when I smelled the beige. So it's really similar in my opinion. It gives me the same vibe, the same experience. And as it starts to dry down, it gets more floral, more uplifting, way less soapy than in the beginning. And this one, I would say it's a perfect everyday fragrance. I think it's gonna be an amazing signature scent as well. Because, you know, it's not too offensive. It's very elegant, like very elegant. And thanks to the honey, it's perfect for colder weather. And thanks to frangipani, it's gonna be very nice in hotter weather where the frangipani is actually gonna shine. So that is fantastic. I really do like it. I'm not sure if this is my kind of scent, because I don't know, maybe that soapiness, maybe that Chanel-esque vibe that, even though I know people love, I'm not the biggest fan of. So I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm gonna keep testing Julianna, and when, you know, it gets me, like it gets me with the love and everything, maybe I will get the original and I will be able to thoroughly compare those two. But for now, I'm more than happy with just Julianna's bottle. And yes, I need to keep testing it because I'm still not sure if it's just my kind of scent. But I must tell you, if you love Chanel Beige, you're gonna love this one too. They're very similar. I would say 92–93% of similarity, maybe even 95. Yeah, you get very similar note structure. You get exactly the same vibe. You get the same honeyed sweetness with some florals as it starts to develop, and that sharper soapiness in the very beginning. So I really like it. To me, I would say it is 9 out of 10 because they did a great job. However, I have to put a little star off because I'm just not sure if it's just my type of scent, if you know what I mean. But overall, great. All right, my darlings, and that is it for today's video. So just to sum up everything, for Oud Orange Imperial, I hands down am in love. I need backups and backups and backups. This is definitely a staple from Julianna, just like, in my opinion, Bad Bitch is. So you absolutely have to have it. So that is Oud Orange Imperial, 11 out of 10 in my rating. Then we have Call Me By Your Name. If you love chocolatey fragrances, you're gonna adore it. And yes, this is a sweet spot between Kilian's Black Phantom and Montal Chocolate Greedy to me. Love this one, 10 out of 10. And then last but not least, we've got Simply Gorgeous. And with Simply Gorgeous, I must say, not 100% my type of fragrance, but it's really well made. So if you love the original, you're gonna love it for sure. So I give it 9 out of 10. So yes, guys, that is it for today. And as I said, I completely screwed up with my schedule this week. I'm very sorry for that, guys. So you can expect a video from me tomorrow, as well as my boyfriend. So you get double trouble tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. And yes, guys, love you. See you in my next video. Bye.